I am back in this beautiful nature with an amazing wind. I don't know about you, but I think wind is underrated. It's just beautiful. I love it. Today we're going to talk about a very important topic. It's a topic that I see very often in my WhatsApp group. People talk about it all the time, and I know you need it, and I know we need to address this. The loneliness. How to deal with the loneliness after childhood trauma, and more specifically childhood trauma. I can't say the word still. I know how difficult it is. It used to be the same for me. When you feel abandoned, alone, nobody understands you, nobody sees your pain, you feel completely annihilated from the world. And I used to feel this way, not anymore. But I will in this video explain how you can shift your perspective, what you can implement, and I will guide you to understand the core of this loneliness. And at the end of this video, I will give you an exercise so that you can deal with this issue. So the loneliness comes because it's coming from the past first, okay? You're lonely because the past is haunting you. If right now you were not thinking about the past and the past didn't have power over you, you would just not care about this loneliness. It will not happen. It happens because a lot of your needs, your experience was dismissed, forgotten. You couldn't share it because it was too traumatizing. You couldn't do anything about it. People around you didn't even see what was happening to you in most cases. So this whole world of I am seen and understood and heard has been completely destroyed. There was no possibility of not being lonely. So that's important to understand. The events itself, the past itself, is why you feel lonely. Because in the past, you were stuck. You couldn't do anything. Now, what do we do now? Well, it's about being heard again. It's about fulfilling these needs that you couldn't fulfill. It's about getting that attention that you couldn't have. But the problem is, like most people, and it might be your case, you're shaming your need for attention. You're shaming your need for help. You're thinking that you don't deserve to be helped. But that's what you need. You need that hand that you can grab to get support. You need to share what's on your mind. You need to open that throat that is so stuck like this, and you can't say that you're such in pain and you need to be heard. I'm a bit extreme in this video. I have a lot of energy. So it's about fulfilling those needs. If you were not heard, then it's about being heard now, in the presence. So who can hear you? It can be me. Of course, I am here. That's why I'm making this channel. So, of course, you can send me a message. We can talk. You can join my WhatsApp group, etc. It can be a therapist, another therapist. It can be a friend. It can be someone you can rely on to. And you don't turn around the plot. You actually say to this person what's on your heart. You say it. You say, I feel in immense pain and I feel so lonely. And just saying it, just sharing it, not trying to make it look good, not trying to sneak your way, but really saying that need, expressing it. I am lonely and I'm suffering. That's already the best step you could have. And you need to be understood. So you need to have people around you, if that's your case. Because for me personally, I healed on my own. There was no people around me. Like there was just me and my therapist for years. So it can be the same for you, but I recommend having people around, okay? But if you don't, you just need to be understood. So you need to have a person that actually understands you deeply. You need to look on resources on internet to find people who have been through the same and can share their experiences, okay? And get out of this cocoon, of this comfortable but horrible place where you just can't open to the world. Like seeking those healthy places where you can either be heard or get information from. so that you can see that what you experience is normal after trauma. There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing, you're not crazy, okay? This is a normal reaction because what you've been through was so hard. Just realized I forgot to use my stabilizer. So the video might be shaking for the first few minutes. And I'll tell you something that you might not be ready to hear, and that's fine. It takes time. But loneliness is an illusion. And you will understand this on your path at some point. There's no such thing as being lonely because you're not a person. Coming back to the same thing over and over again. The sense of I am lonely is just a thought in your mind. Okay? You are not a person, you are life. Okay, I say this all the time. You are this everythingness. Everything. All of this. The sky, the clouds, the nature. This is you. We are this. The energy of life which is in the plants that make the plants grow, that makes the river move, this core natural energy of life is the same that is in you. Like what's making my heart beat right now, it is what's making your heart beat right now. So we're coming from the same source. We're not separated. We're coming from the same dimension, you could say, of life. That means that loneliness is just this illusion of being so separated from the world when actually we are together. And we're so used in this society of being such an individualist, so ego-centered, so centered on us, like me, me, me. This sense of me, do you even know what this is? Because I don't. Can you tell me who you are? Without your name, without your past, who are you? You can't even, you can't say it because it's not conceptual. You're not a me. You are the pure presence of life that give birth to nature, people, whatever. Okay, but this might be difficult to get where you are. Some people might get it, and if you do, that's amazing. Now, that doesn't mean that there's something wrong with loneliness, or that doesn't mean that you're doing something wrong. It just means that you're not seeing clearly the causes of loneliness, which are that, yeah, you feel very separated. And that's normal because after having been through so much violence, you cannot but feel so separated, right? So this experience in itself is the ultimate separation. You get completely separated from the world. So you need to learn how to go from that state, that current state, to unity again. How to walk on your path to get back to unity. To destroy all these little illusions of there's me and the others, you know? And just so that you know, everyone has experienced loneliness. So there's no such thing as loneliness because everyone has experienced it. To be lonely would mean you would be the only one, but you're not the only one. And many people have experienced what you have experienced. So don't worry, you are not alone. Stop believing that thought in your mind. Stop believing that reality. You're not so alone. You know, I really want to help you. A lot of people want to help you. A lot of therapists, coach, whatever, they want to help you genuinely. And they're waiting for you to come. It's when you realize, when you open your eyes, and you realize that the other person in front of you, who is helping you, genuinely care about you. Whether it's a friend or whatever. It's about finally allowing yourself to see this, to feel this, that as I am making this video, I genuinely care about you. Like feel this into your heart. What does it make you feel like? Feel into this. Get open to that reality. Stop holding on into this ego saying, I'm lonely, I'm lonely. Just open, slowly open in your heart. I care about you. Of course, your abusers don't care about you, that's for sure. But there are not only abusers on earth, there are other people. It can seem like it's only this, but it's not. They are very nice people also. So now the other step that is very important to have in mind is that so many parts of you are suppressed in your shadow, they are forgotten, so many feelings are completely suppressed that it creates this immense sense of loneliness because these parts of you, they just want to finally pop up, arise, come back, so that you can see them, embrace them, and love them. It's like you know, this feeling that you might have that you're not whole, you're not fully yourself. It's like you feel like there's so much stuff in the shadow, like in the back of your mind, in the deepest part of your body. This is what you need to light up. This is where you need to search for these little parts of you that you forgot. The scary child, the disgusted child, the shameful child, the child that is asking himself questions, the child that is confused. All these little parts, they need to come back to the surface and you need to embrace them as one core being of you. Okay? It's like all these little parts are here crying and saying, hey, I'm lonely, I'm lonely, I'm lonely. Can you see me? Can you see me? And your job is to turn around and say, yes, I see you. Come to me. Let me feel you. Let me feel who you are because it's you in the end. And that's how you reunite with yourself. And you will not feel lonely anymore because you will see all of you. You will have knowing about all of you. All of your parts. No one will be left behind. No one will be forgotten. It will be all of you at the same time. And when you embrace all of you, how can you feel lonely? You're just fully with yourself. You're enough with yourself. Because you're whole again. Because you have all of you. If that makes sense. And I remember on my own journey, every time I would share to my therapist a part of you that I had forgotten, I would feel so much less lonely because finally it would be seen. So that's this whole process of making them come back to the surface. Like if you understand yourself, then you will feel understood. You can give yourself this stuff. If you feel lonely, you can care so much about you that you're not lonely anymore. You know what I mean? But the problem is that you don't care about you because you didn't learn how to care about you. So lean into this. Lean into this sense of caring. Even if it's the mildest, the little sense of caring. Just get in touch with this in your body and realize you're capable of caring about you. And if you wouldn't care, you wouldn't even watch this video or you wouldn't try to heal. So that's the proof you're caring, actually. So now here is the exercise. You're gonna hear my voice and I want you to connect with this sense of loneliness. Just be present with this sense of loneliness. Stay with it. Okay? Don't try to make it go away. Pay attention to it. Where is it emerging in your body? Is it in your heart, in your belly, in your plexus? Is it everywhere? Where is it emerging? Pay really close attention to this feeling. Now, get closer to this feeling. Internally meeting this feeling. Get closer and closer and closer. What does this feeling need? Dig into it. Don't try to understand. Dig into it. Let the answer come to you. What does this feeling need? Now that you have the answer, can you give that to this feeling? Can you, as the main actor of your life, give this to this feeling? So for example, if this feeling needs attention, can you give this attention? This full attention? If yes, then do it. And be fully in the present moment as you do this. and reunite with this feeling, giving it all it needs, closer and closer to your heart, as if you're holding a baby. And you stay with that, and you breathe, deep breathing with this feeling. That's all. That's very simple exercise, but that's how you connect with this loneliness, and you do something about it. Okay? Hello. Be like this guy. Conquer. Go straight. On your own, through the wild. Okay, I'll let you here. Take care.